Chris, what is our third main topic today?
This comes from Dhruv Kapoor. Hello, John and crew. One of my favorite surprises at the movies this year was the appearance of Charlie Cox as Daredevil in the MCU. One of mine, too. I read some comments from him on Screen Rant where he said he's looking forward to crossover adventures with other Marvel characters, that he wasn't able to or do before. What are your team-ups that you'd have to see with Daredevil have with other Marvel characters? And when do you think we'll see him on the big screen again?
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in, man. And yeah, look, one of the big things, ever since Kevin Feige came out like a month before Spider-Man came out and said, okay, yeah, Charlie Cox is going to be our Daredevil. I mean, once he made that official, I mean, everybody got excited and the idea about him coming back. And I'll be honest with you, it's something that I didn't think would happen. I mean, I knew they would have Daredevil. And I knew it was possible that they could bring back a different iteration of the Charlie Cox one. But I really never thought they would bring back Charlie Cox. But Kevin Feige seems to be getting more and more into the fan services moving forward. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But people got real excited about it. Then, of course, he pops up in Spider-Man, which was good to see. So the question now becomes, what does he want to do and where do we hope we see him and all that kind of stuff? Well, Charlie Cox kind of chimed in on this himself when asked about what is the future of Daredevil going to be? What does he want to have? What's going to happen with him? When is he going to pop up next? His basic answer was, I don't know, but he did elaborate on that a bit. This is what Charlie Cox had to say. I don't want to sound greedy, but I hope I get to do loads more. I hope I get to be involved way, way more for many years. I hope it never ends. I hope it gets to the point where people are like, you are too old to be playing this part. Don't know what their plans are, but yes, my hope is that I get to do as much as I'm allowed to do and be involved, which, by the way, we'll come back to this in a second, is a far cry from what Tom Holland was saying. I don't know if I should play it past 30 and maybe somebody else should have that. I mean, I love Tom Holland and I know that was coming from the good place. It's kind of cool to hear an actor go, hell no.
Yeah.
I want to play this thing for the rest of my life. Are you kidding me? Anyway, he goes on to say, and it'd be really fun. The one thing that being in the MCU allows that we couldn't really do with the Netflix stuff is that I can now interact with other MCU characters. So that would be really cool. Crossovers is the thing I would like to do next. I don't know what that looks like, and I don't know what they're planning and all that kind of stuff, but there are some really interesting stories that I'd love for the character to explore, and that comes to us from Charlie Cox. Look, I think I love his attitude, man. I love his attitude. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing on Tom Holland or any of the other actors to say, well, how long I'm going to do it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with what they say at all. But I'm just saying, for me as a fan, it's really cool to hear an actor playing it having the same kind of attitude I think any of us would have if we had that opportunity. Wait a minute. I'm a Marvel superhero in the MCU. Oh my God, I want to play this forever. I love what he said. I want to keep playing this role until they tell me I am too old to play this role. Damn right, Charlie. Damn right. And then you go back and you make Stardust 2, damn it.
Yes.
I love Stardust.
That's so good.
Oh, most underappreciated film ever. To me is Stardust. You got to see Stardust if you haven't. Anyway, Charlie Cox, ladies and gentlemen. So I think I love what he's saying. Now, when it comes to who do we want to see him teamed up with, I got a couple. One is going to be pretty much agreed upon, and one I think is going to surprise people. The one I would like to see him teamed up with, I think most people would concur with, is Spider-Man. I mean, that's been a duo in the comic books many times. I think the fact that he was kind of introduced in Spider-Man No Way Home, then again, whether Tom Holland's Spider-Man is even going to be in the MCU or some, weird, mixture, some kind of amalgamation of a Sony-verse. I mean, who knows? But still, that would be a good one. And I think their dynamics and everything would work out really well, too. They're both in New York. They're both New York-based. Seems to make sense. The other one, and Rob, you'll know why I'm saying this. The other one I would love to see him up with is the Hulk. I would love to see Daredevil teamed up with Hulk. Now, I think there's very good odds we're going to see him in She-Hulk. Mm-hmm. But my reason for wanting to see Daredevil and Hulk is because of the old Hulk TV movie with Lou Ferrigno. That's it.
That was rough, though.
That was rough. And you had...
and Thor, too.
Who was Kingpin in that again? It was Gimli. Gimli was Kingpin.
John Rhys Davies.
John Rhys Davies. was Kingpin in that old one. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but ever since then, I want to see Hulk and Daredevil. I mean, the possibilities are endless when it comes to who you can pair up with who and all that kind of stuff and that. But the two that really stand out to me, one is Spider-Man because it's obvious. The other one is Hulk. Hey guys, we want to take just a second and thank the sponsor of today's video, Manscaped. Now listen guys, you know, it is not the 1970s anymore. It is not cool for a man just to let his balls look like the deepest, darkest jungles anymore. You want to keep them trimmed. You want to keep them tidy. And there's nothing I entrust more to the well-being of Dr. Jack Hammer and the amazing Fantastical than the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. This thing trims like a finely tuned machine for my finely tuned area. But wait, there's more. Because today I'm excited to let you guys know about Manscaped launching their new Ultra Premium Collection. Believe it or not, it's not for your not-so-private parts. I am talking about a leveled-up overall hygiene routine with your favorite manly scents. Now, in the special Ultra Premium Collection, we're talking about premium Manscaped deodorant. Don't just take care of your balls. Got to take care of them armpits, too, guys. A hydrating body spray. Listen, you got tattoos or issues with any dry skin? Well, this spray-on lotion is designed to keep your skin feeling moisturized, smooth, and dudes, smelling fresh. And you guys have heard me talk about the body wash. This body wash was a revelation to me. I use it every freaking day. They've also got a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, plus a free gift, a 3-pack set of lip balm for guys who are taking care of their lips. So here's what you need to do. Get 20% off and free shipping with the promo code Campea, Campea, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code Campea at manscaped.com. The power of attraction is now in a bottle, thanks to our friends at Manscaped. Rob, what do you think about Charlie Cox comments here? Where do you think we may see him pop up again next? And what team-ups would you like to see him be a part of?
Well, what I think is really interesting about both the Matt Murdock character and Daredevil is one of my favorite Marvel heroes. And he works, like, I loved how they used him in Spider-Man, where he's a lawyer. Like, the idea that superheroes need lawyers, especially in New York, I love that idea. And so he can show up whenever somebody, you know, oh, you caused massive damage to a building, you're being sued. Matt Murdock's got your back. You know, it's like the whole the superhero lawyer to the stars, whatever. But I would love to, obviously, Moon Knight. You know, I'd love Daredevil.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing, I really want to see Typhoid Mary. I loved Typhoid Mary as a villain. I love Ann Nocenti's run on Daredevil and stuff.
Now they used Typhoid Mary in the Netflix stuff, so obviously it would be a different iteration.
I want to say I didn't like that iteration of Typhoid Mary.
I thought it had its upsides, but yeah, it would probably be a totally new iteration of it.
Yeah, but I like the one in the comics run. But also, you know, I would like to see Daredevil interact with the Fantastic Four. Like, to me, Daredevil's the quintessential New York hero. You know, Kel's Kitchen and so any more of the street level stuff. That's why I thought it was really well used in the Netflix shows. But I would love to see him go on a cosmic adventure. Whether he goes to battle,
really?
Yeah, I
don't think cosmic adventure.
I know. That's why I want to see him. I want to see him do something with the Fantastic Four. I don't know why. You know, I'd love to see Spider-Man and he fought with Moon Knight and all that. But I would like to see him. Look, if Spider-Man can go to space and confront Thanos, so can Daredevil.
Let me ask this though. I think a lot of people are believing that we'll probably see him pop up in She-Hulk.
Well, they're lawyers.
They're both lawyers. There's a legal angle there.
I mean, there's a show. There's a whole show
coming out.
It's Ally McBeal, but
that's all I want. I just want it to be a procedural.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now we've heard that She-Hulk is going to be very meta. Mm-hmm. Like talking to the cameras and breaking the fourth wall breaking, actually going to the offices of Marvel. Mm-hmm. But I don't want Daredevil.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. That doesn't excite me.
Well, it's just like John Byrne's comic run, so I know why.
Well, yeah, I know, but I does that work in the MCU?
I don't. That's the thing. If they do that, I don't want fourth wall breaking Daredevil. Yeah. I don't want that.
Right.
You know, I don't want that.
So with that, we're talking about that. It's a lot of people assuming it'd be She-Hulk. What are the possibilities he actually shows up in Doctor Strange? Like, could he actually be now in just about everything coming out?
I would say the over/under on whether Charlie Cox shows up in Doctor Strange is 100%.
Oh, you're not even saying it's a question.
100%.
Not even a question.
Not even a question.
Absolutely going to be in Doctor 100%. Strange.
100%.
Showing up.
And he might not show up as Daredevil.
Okay.
But he's going to
But
be
we
in
see Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Murdock. He's going to be because there's got to be some, in his lawyer guys. I mean, I think they're going to show him in these different, interacting as a lawyer, as Matt Murdock, before they bring him. And I'll tell you one thing, John, we're going to get a Daredevil movie. They haven't announced it. We're going to get one.
Do you think they're going to movie instead of television?
Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Well, it might be a show. They might make it a TV show, but they've already done that. And I think if you go back and
But
you
they
look
did
at
it with great success.
they did do it with great success. But why? I think we need a Daredevil movie. And I think that there's look, they've done, whether it's the Born Again storyline and they redo it, I don't know. We need a Daredevil movie.
All right.
More than a series. Because if they're putting Matt Murdock in movies, I think they've got to give him a movie. Because they're showing him, they're teasing him in the movies. If they're going to give him a show and don't put Matt Murdock in the movies, but they're putting him in the movies.
Well,
they're building up to his movie.
But remember, they are saying that, like, unlike the way they dealt with it with Netflix, where the movies acted like the Netflix shows didn't exist at all. That's different with Marvel and the way they're doing. Their movie, like, look, we had Wanda's in the movies, Wanda's in the TV show. Hawkeye in the movies, Hawkeye on the TV show. Like, so to them, it's a little bit more fluid, but maybe they're going
Daredevil is a foundational member of the Marvel universe, more so than a lot of other heroes. I would put Daredevil way above Hawkeye in terms of importance. He deserves a movie.
All right, Chris, let me ask you. We're hearing, first of all, what did you think about Charlie Cox's comments, and where do you expect and hope to see him pop up next?
I love his comments because, yeah, that's all we want as actors. If I got to be Squirrel Girl, I'd want to be Squirrel Girl till I was a geriatric. I'd play her till I was dead. It'd be amazing.
Squirrel grandmother.
Squirrel grandmother. Yes.
Squirrel Nan.
She's canon now. Make her so, internet. I am super, super excited, though, about his enthusiasm, and I love all of the team-ups you guys have going on here. Obviously, Spider-Man is kind of like the gold standard because we've seen it so much in the comics. I really want this to be an opportunity to bring in White Tiger. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah. And the new storyline where Elektra becomes a female Daredevil. And
Yes.
I want to see that. Do that. There's a movie.
Just put anybody with Blade and I'm in.
Daredevil with Blade would be kind of fun.
And here's also Shang-Chi teamed up with Daredevil.
Yeah.
In a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
They
possibilities.
go to Japan and fight the Hand. I don't know. Do something. Bring in ninjas. More ninjas, but movie ninjas, not TV ninjas.
Although the enemies that Daredevil was fighting a lot in the TV show and who he may fight ain't going to stand much of a chance against Shang-Chi with his 10 rings.
No.
I know,
So
but
you're going
you
to have
know
to
what?
level it up a little bit.
When Shang-Chi fights his sister, man, he's going to take Daredevil with him.
That'd be
Come
great.
on.
I don't think she's turning bad. I don't think his sister's turning
She's
bad.
just an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah, well-
She's just creating her. Look, she
When
created
her and
own-
Sharon
saw a void
Carter
in the
go to
market.
war,
It's not. Yeah, she may go to war with Sharon Carter. That would be fun. We're going to see her in Metal Wars. No, what's the show called?
Armor Wars.
Armor Wars. We're going to see her there. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about the comments coming from Charlie Cox, and where do you hope to see him? And what kind of team ups would you like to see his Daredevil do? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.